What's going on, guys? Jake here with Uncommon ADC, and today I'm checking out the CJRB Crag. And this isn't just any CJRB Crag, this is the Knifecenter exclusive variant in the black and orange contoured G10 handles, which looks super nice in my opinion. Obviously, everyone has their own taste, but I think it's a really good version of this, and by far the best looking in my opinion. Some people may prefer the carbon fiber variant, but for me, this one really takes the cake in terms of just overall aesthetic. It's just a clean looking knife, and really something that you wouldn't expect is only $44.99. So a sub $50 knife that looks this good is a great bargain. This is a modified Sheepsfoot. They have the black coated blade, and all of the hardware is also black coated, so down to the pocket clip, pivot, and screws are all black coated as well. The back spacers are not. That would have been, I guess, a nice touch, but overall they did black coat almost everything else, and it looks really good in my opinion. They do use D2 steel, which is a decent steel at $44.95. No complaints there. And it has this nice orange pivot collar, so it kind of matches that black and orange G10, and that looks really good. It's a 3.43 inch blade with a 3.23 inch cutting surface. Closed up, you're at 4.76, so just over 4 3/4, and open, it's 8.15 inches overall. So a nice full-size knife. I can get a full 4-finger grip with plenty of room to spare if I'm using that finger choil, and even if I'm not using the finger choil, I get a nice full 4-finger grip. I do prefer to use the finger choil. It's a good size. If you have bigger hands than me, maybe you're getting a little bit close to the blade there, but for me it's really comfortable to use the finger choil and fits really well for me. It does have a tip up reversible pocket carry, or reversible clip that's deep carry, not super deep, but deep enough carry, and it is recessed, which I actually do like, obviously, on the side that the clip is on, but I don't love the just kind of open recessed look when it is reversible and there's that spot. Recently got some Damn Designs knives, and they have kind of an inlay that you can screw into there, so it's a nice flush on the side without the pocket clip. And that's a really nice touch that I would love to see on more knives. I'm sure they're not the only ones doing that, of course, but just a recent knife that I got that had that. And it's not the biggest deal in the world, honestly. You don't feel it at all. No matter how I'm gripping it, I'm not touching that recessed pocket clip space. And so, not a big deal at all, but just aesthetically, I don't think it looks great, and don't love it, but that's okay. And it's right next here to the lanyard hole. If you're someone who likes putting lanyards on your knives, it does have that lanyard hole right next to where the pocket clip goes. And again, I think I already mentioned, it is a flipper tab with a liner lock. The liner lock is really accessible. This is carved back a little bit on this show side so that you can really just naturally touch the liner lock when you reach down, which is always nice. Sometimes it's the same on both sides, and so the liner lock, you have to kind of dig in to get your finger in there. That's not the case here, so that's really nice. Again, modified Sheepsfoot, and it works really well. It's a little bit thicker towards the base, and it gets thinner as you go. I think at its thickest, it's around 0.13 inch, and then the handle's 0.58 inch thick. And this weighs in at 5.3 ounces, which is a little bit heavy, but not for a knife this size. I think it's a pretty good weight. It doesn't feel heavy in the hand, and in fact, I think it has enough heft to it that it feels really secure. And for bigger knives, I want a little bit of heft, obviously not bulky, but to feel a little bit of weight there. And so that's definitely there, and feels nice. It is on ball bearings, not washers, so if you have a preference there, it's something to keep in mind. I don't have a strong preference either way. I guess if I had to choose, I'd probably choose washers, just because I feel like they hold up a little bit better over time. There's less likeliness to fail or to get grit in the bearings and slow down the action over time. Obviously, out of the box, ball bearings are probably going to work a little bit better, but in the long run, I usually prefer washers, I guess, but it's not a strong preference, so just something to keep in mind if it is a strong preference for you. Overall, I think for $44.95, I think they did a great job on this knife. The Crag runs from about 35 to 45 depending on the model, so this is going to be a more expensive model for you, but only $10 more. And I think, again, they did an excellent job on these handles. I think for $44.95, this is one of the nicer looking handles that you can get. It is a Knifecenter exclusive. One thing I didn't mention yet, and I really like this backside, by the way. The show side is a little bit more subtle, and this probably varies from knife to knife. So if you get this knife, maybe your show side will be this side that's a little bit more bold. But on mine, the show side is a little bit more subtle, whereas the back kind of hidden side is really bold and intricate line work on this side. So I really like the way that looks, especially with that pivot collar. It just really pops for me. But yeah, so this is currently sold out, but you can still order it. They're expecting to get more in stock soon. I'm not sure how many more, so if you're interested in this variant, I would definitely order it. It says it should ship out in 5 to 10 days, so it sounds like they're getting more pretty soon. But again, with these kind of things, I always like to err on the side of caution, I guess, and say if you want it, I would buy it while they still have availability, because this sold out in a day or two, the initial stock, and who knows if they're getting more after that second run. It could be that they get the second run in stock and then that's it forever. I obviously don't have any information on that, but if you want it, might as well be on the safe side and order it now, especially for kind of a budget $45 knife. I feel like there's no reason to skip this one. Obviously, if you have the money available to buy it now, would do so. But for $45, I think this is an excellent knife. A definite user. That modified Sheepsfoot's really kind of pokey, but also slicey. I think I mentioned already, it did come a little bit dull out of the box, so I'm going to need to sharpen that up. But that's not uncommon with these kind of budget knives, and to be honest, even sometimes more expensive knives. So would love to see those come a little bit sharper, but a pretty minor complaint again on a $45 knife. So I think this is really an excellent option if you're looking for something under $50 that you can have as a daily user that also just looks really, really great in my opinion. But let me know what you think down in the comments below if you have this CJRB Crag and what you think of it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And of course, I hope you have a great one. Take care.